Hey folks, welcome back to the trail. Well, we're sticking with the ostrich farm once again. Plus, I want to touch on veterans, legions, and different policies. You'll see where I'm going with it. There's grumbling from the farm that there are concerns that the number of the ostriches has declined. Now that's all I know. The people there, boots on the ground, the protectors / supporters, have been noticing the population of the birds go down. So I haven't really looked into what the farm owners are saying. So like I said before, do your homework and dig into it yourself as well. It just doesn't sound good. So there's a lot of speculation as to what's happening with the birds, where they're going, if foul play is an issue. And there is also a couple independent journalists, and they're perched in an undisclosed location around the farm, and they've been trying to get photos and videos and such. They did a video yesterday in regards to the population dwindling, and they were going to try to get another head count of the ostriches because of where their vantage point is. They're hoping that they might be able to get a better view, because remember, the farm owner and her daughter are not allowed within the compound that the CFIA have built up until I believe it's after October 31st. So they can't go in and do a head count of their own birds. Yeah. Second, there was a Sergeant Mike Rood, if I have his name correct, that visited the farm, and he gave a speech about something that had happened to him. But there's a story of him not being allowed into the Legion in the town where the ostrich farm is. So there's a lot of speculation as to why he wasn't let in. There was a story about not allowing his service dog to go in. And then some people believe it had something to do with the RCMP presence there. But either or, it's getting a lot of flack because legions are supposed to support veterans. So do your homework on that one. We're going to keep looking into this. This is what they're saying. In that same town, he was not gained entry into the Legion. But you know, there's two sides to every story. And if you get sifting through the comments, there's a bunch. So like I said, we got to do our own due diligence. Now, I have a question for anybody out there. Legions, okay? I was thinking about joining my local legion. But then I did a little bit of digging since this situation where he was not allowed in this particular legion, as to policies, like with the vaccination policies. Now, I read into it, and I guess some legions, maybe not all, did not allow veterans during the scamdemic to be a part of the Legion and enter the building if they weren't, vaxxed. So that really bothers me. And yeah, I can't stand for that. Sorry. So if you have any intel on that, if maybe in your area this happened, with veterans or just the general public, were they not gained entry based on their vaccination status? I would like to know, because I can't support an organization who wouldn't let a vet in based on his body autonomy rights. That's a whole big thing for me, okay? So, yeah, I would like to know, is that a thing? Because if it happened once, it'll happen again. And in my area, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of people that sit on the local Legion's board that were pro that. Like, yeah, they have a pharma background. Let's just put it that way. So, I got to be really careful with who I sit shoulder to shoulder with. Like I said, I like to keep it real. And I don't want to find out later after joining the Legion that I don't believe in what they're doing and can't support their practices, and then I just have to leave. Like, I just don't want to have to go through that. So if you have any intel on the policies of Legions in general, and if different detachments can make their own rules when it comes to the vaccination policy. Because like I said, if it happened once, it'll happen again. And I can't support that. So anyways, chew on this whole video. And like I said, I'm not affiliated with the farm. I'm not in BC. This is just what I've been reading and hearing. And it's concerning if we are losing some ostriches. If the count is down, this is not what a halt means from the Supreme Court of Canada. Don't forget that, eh? So yeah, get out there, get some activity under your ass today. You know why? Because it's just plain good for you. And back there you can see all the pretty leaves down. I'm going to get back to enjoying it, because this stuff will eat away at your head and your soul. All this stuff, all this. Yeah, I'll just leave it there. You know what I'm getting at. All these little political tidbits. It's not what we need, but we can't ignore the fact that maybe some things are happening around us, right? Can't be blind. So anyways, you guys take care.